So, do you want to know how to transcend all negative emotions? Fear, anger, sadness, all of the boring ones that you don't ever want to feel, but they keep coming up anyway. You're like, why do I feel this? The reason that they keep appearing is because you keep responding to them. So, when fear comes up, and you say, okay, say you have a rational fear of someone breaking into your house, and then you hear a noise downstairs, and then you think someone's breaking in, and then you react to it. You like hide, or you like check, and you're like looking out the window. You've successfully validated that feeling, and now it's going to come back again another day, or tomorrow, or later. What you're doing. This is why. This is how we are creating our reality. You're not directly drawing the reality or painting it. You're validating feelings and situations, so you get them fed back to you. So, for example, that fear one. If you react in any way, so if you have that fear and you hear the noise downstairs, the correct response, if you don't want to feel that anymore, is do not react. You have to not flinch, and it's going to take practice. You literally you lay there, and you need to have a relaxed body for this. So that's why it's important to get your body in alignment and clean it out. But you need so because if your body's all jittery, you're going to react. So you need to be. What you essentially need to be is like a like an open vessel that energies can just flow through. So when fear comes up, you notice it. You don't react. You don't react. You be still. You don't flinch. If you can get to the point where you don't flinch, then you've transcended it, and then it will go away. And it will test you a couple more times. It will come up, and you don't flinch, and it goes away. And then after a while, you never see it again. And that's the same with all of them. And like you can go through, there's like a hierarchy of consciousness with all these different like grief, anger, fear, and all that. I don't know what order it goes in, but you don't react. And then when you get to the emotions and the situations and the things that you do want, that's when you start reacting. So like you feel joy, react. You feel like laughing, laugh if you want to laugh. If you don't want to laugh, don't, and it will go away. There's things that make you laugh, like it will go away. That's how it works. So like if you're constantly experiencing negative emotions, it's because you keep reacting to them. If you get angry, if you're feeling anger, there's a situation that's making you angry, and then you you respond and you then congratulations, you're going to feel that again tomorrow or later. It's going to come back because you're creating it with your reaction. So to become like the sculptor of your reality in the sense that you choose which emotions you feel, you have to get to the point where you don't react to what you don't want. And it takes a lot of being triggered by those things to get to the point where you don't react to them. Because it's not going to happen the first time. If you've got this overwhelming fear and you keep reacting to it, it's going to take practice not to react. And it's not about pushing it away, because pushing it or trying to push it away or force it away is a reaction. It's literally it passes through you. You feel it completely, but you don't react. You just recognize that it's like a train pulling into the station and leaving again. Like it's going to pull in, and you can get on if you want. You can get on the train, or you can just wait. And how long is it? It takes like 2 minutes, 1 minute. Like the fear comes. Do you want to get on the train? Nope. I'm going to stand here, and then it goes, and then someone else comes up, and that's how thoughts and emotions are invitations. They're not you. They are. It all is, but they're not like if you were talking in separate. Like you're a human who has thoughts come, emotions come, and then you choose to respond to them. You're walking down the road, and the thought comes, this thing pissing me off, and then you go, well, you validate it because it wasn't the thought wasn't real until you brought it into reality. Do you know what I mean? Like you reacted to it, and now you've created it. It's like that's the non-physical where the thoughts are, and this is the physical. So once you react to something, you're pulling it in. So there are energies all day inviting you to respond or not respond. They're invitations. Thoughts and emotions, they're invitations. They're not, they don't control you unless you let them. But it takes practice. You have to, and like, I'm still learning this, but like, I can speak on it because this is what I've been doing for like the last however long. Now when I just feel those fears and stuff, I just let them pass, like the train, and then it leaves. And then the cool ones that you want come along, but they don't come along while you keep validating the lower ones. They never will. So that's just how people get trapped in like loops because they're just like anger, fear, grief, over and over and over because they keep responding to it. So the answer is don't respond. Did you feel it? Pushing it away is response. So if you feel fear and then you start going, no, don't, but you're like pushing it away. Or like if you're actively trying to use any kind of willpower to push it away, that's a response. A true response is like the fear going, hey, oh, hello, and you're just completely ignoring it instead of like turning around to look at it and going, go away. That's a response. Even if you do it in a nonchalant way, like, oh, go away. That's a response. The true non-reactivity, like it didn't even happen. Train pulls in, you don't even look at the train. Train, you don't even look, or you do look, but do you know what I mean? It doesn't. You're not interested in this train. You're going to a different station, and this train isn't going where you want to go. So you wait, and then the joy train, woo, and you go, yeah, I'm on the joy train, way, and that's how it works. That's how you transcend. And transcend, yeah, transcend. You got to feel it to transcend it because to not react to something, it has to come up. So the more you don't react, the quicker it will leave, and then that's that.